guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, hi, I am Jyotsna and this is a bookish channel, and today's video is going to be weekly reads. And it's like, basically, if you do not know what weekly reads is a video series which I do on a weekly basis, where I just sit and talk about the books that I read in the past week and the ones that I'm reading currently. So it's like a live reading update that you're getting on a weekly basis, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. And in today's video, it's going to be, by the way, first of all, if you are like not new here and if you are like a frequent viewer of my videos, by the way, thank you. It really means a lot to me that you are here and viewing this particular video. The thing is that if you're wondering why am I doing weekly reads on a Sunday, it's simply because there is a lot to talk about in this particular weekly reads, and it may be even longer than usual, okay? Because we are kind of in the last week of Feb. Tomorrow we enter the last week of Feb, and for me it has been a very, very bittersweet month. Like, it was sweet because I had my birthday, and you must have seen all my birthday videos. If you've not, it's there in the description box. And the second thing being that I lost someone near and dear to me this month, and that was right before my birthday. Okay, so it was also a sad month, and to be honest, I thought that I was over it, and I was not like processing it correctly, or you get my point, like when you lose a loved one, how it is. But turns out that I'm still on the process of grief, and I am still like moving slow with things, okay? And honestly, I was not going to come on camera and share all of this stuff because I did not want to, like, I would say, I don't know, like, I don't like talking about my personal life much on my YouTube channel, as you can understand. But it just felt like the whole situation was affecting my reading a lot. And finally, like earlier this week, I realized that yes, it's affecting my reading, and that's the reason why I only finished like 2 books so far in February. Okay, so talking about the books that I finished in the past week. In the past week, I only finished 1 book, and that's this one. This is Catch and Kill by Ronan Farrow, and it is a case of investigative journalism where it talks about how sexual predators, or people who commit sexual assault or sexual harassment, are literally protected by the society, by corporations, by media moguls in this case, just because that person is super famous. And this book kind of deep dives into Ronan Farrow's investigation of Harvey Weinstein, who was a famous Hollywood producer / distributor and was recently sentenced to 23 years in prison for continuously, sexually harassing and assaulting women from the start of his career. And like, no one even, like, it was an open secret basically. So it was Ronan Farrow who got this kind of situation into light, and that's how it finally transpired into the Me Too movement, which we all know about. And this is a very, very important book to read because it talks about society as a whole and our culture as a whole. That being said, of course, this book comes with like its own trigger warnings. It's important to know that there are little accounts of sexual assault and harassment like actually mentioned in the book. So but it's a great piece of investigative journalism, and it talks about how how much ever he was intimidated, followed, or literally, like, I would say, like, I have no words for it. Like, he was really determined to move ahead with the story no matter who did what, and whatever rejections came his way, he was like, no, I'm going to do this no matter what. So I think you should read the book for his bravery of some sort, I would say, because it's a pretty brave move to be determined and move ahead. Although I do agree that he has some kind of privilege because he's connected to Hollywood in some way, and you'll only know this when you read the book. Okay, or you Google the person and you'll know this. Okay, so that being said, let's get to the books that I'm reading currently. The first book that I'm reading currently, and like the most done with, I am 52% done with this book, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am actually like supposed to be reading this book and finishing this one and Crooked Kingdom by the end of February, but unfortunately that's not like happening because I'm still stuck with Six of Crows. Like I said, it's been a difficult reading month, and I finally accepted the fact that it's okay if I don't like finish 6 or 7 books this month. I'm okay with 2 or 3 or 4 max books this month. But let me tell you, I'm liking this book so far, although I'm not in the correct mindset to read this book. It's somewhat very interesting, and I really, really like it a lot so far. Although it's not my jam, let me be very honest why fantasy is not my jam. Fantasy is not my jam, and I understand why people like the book. I understand why it's so, like, it's a rage, but for me, it's not going to be as good a reading experience as other people because I can predict the plot from like miles away. Okay, so that's that. Then the next book that I'm reading currently, that I'm done about 18% with, is actually a book that I have been sent to read in exchange for an honest review, and that's of Closets and Skeletons and Other Crime Stories by Kaivalya Ramnath. And she sent me the book recently, and I will be talking about it for sure once I'm done reading the book. So yeah, that's something that I have on my radar. Okay, and getting to the next book that I'm reading currently, because I'm reading a lot of books and it's just super crazy. The next book that I'm done with, I have my physical copy here. Yes, I'm done with like about 10-12% of this book, and that is this one. You can see this. Wow, there's a lot of sunlight today. This is India's China Challenge by Ananth Krishnan, and this book is about China's rise. Okay, so since 2000, like the mid 2000s, 2005, 2008, China has seen like an exponential economic growth, and this book is that form of, I would say, testimony, correct? Because Anand Krishnan has been in Beijing since 2008, and he has like seen China in and out when reporting for the Hindu. Okay, so it's a very interesting book. I really love this book. However, if you are not aware of Chinese history or Chinese politics in general, especially Maoism, then this is not the book you should get into, because this book does not dwell into, what was the Great Leap or what is the Cultural Revolution in China when Mao was there premier, but instead it just kind of brushes the topic off, and then it moves on to like the present day or modern day Chinese politics. Of course, when you read the book for the first time, you can Google it and understand more of it, but I think it's important that you get like a good understanding of Maoism in general before you dive in. So there are multiple books that can help you. For example, one book that I really recommend to everybody who wants to read about China is Barbara Demick's Eat the Buddha. So do go ahead and read that. It's a very, very interesting book, and I absolutely love the book, and it's one of my best nonfiction reads of 2021. And that being said, the next book that I'm again like 8% or something done with, and it's like a book that I wanted to finish in February, but I don't think I will be able to, and that is this one. This is Half the Night is Gone by Amitabh Bakshi, which was shortlisted or longlisted, shortlisted for the JCB prize in 2018, and it also won the it was also shortlisted for the DSC prize for South Asian literature in 2019. Now this is a very melancholic book with beautiful prose, which you need to take your time with, because this book is about, like, I'm still not able to figure what this book is about, but it's mainly about this whole situation where you have some people, and it's like a generational story, and there is a letter that's being written currently, which is very interesting. And I don't know, like, I still am yet to like wrap my head around the plot, but all I can tell you is that the prose is absolutely brilliant. You need to take your time with this book, and it's not stream of consciousness writing, of course. It's like someone's writing a story, but you need to like comprehend it in a good manner, and that's why I am taking my time with it. Okay, And that being said, the last book that I am not reading currently, I have put this book on hold now because things are getting too heavy in here, and that is this one. This is The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir, which is the original feminist manifesto, which talks about femininity and how females are viewed as the second sex. It is an absolutely important book to read, but there's a lot of information in this particular book to comprehend that it gets really difficult to read it in times like these. Okay. I would like to say that if you are looking forward to read this book, take your time with it, because even the audiobook is like a 37-hour audiobook, and I have to like pair it with an ebook to actually understand what is going on. So my advice, yes, go ahead, read the book, but then read the book when you're in the mindset to read it, and don't read it like just like that, because I started it just like that because I really want to read the book, but then I realized that I really need to be in a particular mindset to absolutely read it. So yes, that's it for this particular weekly reads. I just wanted to drop by and talk about the books I'm reading currently, because if you remember, or if you, I don't know if you've seen the video, basically in my reading goals 2022, I had mentioned that I'm going to read maximum 4 books at a time, but this whole situation just crumbled that thing for this month for now, which is okay. Like, I get it, like I want to read multiple books, and I'm really trying to like put my foothold somewhere, and I know how difficult it was for me to even finish Catch and Kill in something like this, with something like this going on in my head. So the thing is that yes, I am getting back. I am done behaving. I am happy. I am done behaving like, I have moved on from the sadness. I am done behaving that I've moved on from grief. I really need to like get my life together and do something in order to turn this whole thing around and just accept and move on from things. And I'm sorry if I'm being cryptic, but then this is how I feel in my head, and I just blabbered everything that I feel in my head right now. And maybe making this video is a part of that accountability. It's a part of that thing where I feel like I really need to, I don't know, give myself time. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I do have some videos in line. I do have some things that I have planned, but I don't know when will I post it. Like, I'm not sure if I'll post one this week or if I'll post one next weekend. I think I'll take like a small break and be back after like comprehending all of the stuff that happened this month. But I will keep updating you guys on my Instagram, so please go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because that's where a lot of stuff happens, and that's the plan. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.